In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a front brake hose on a Ford Escape. It is located behind the front wheel. After you raised and supported your vehicle safely, you need to remove your 5 3/4-inch lug nuts. If your wheel doesn't want to come off, you can hit it with a rubber mallet from behind. And then remove your wheel. Your brake hose connects into your caliper and into the brake line here. You can start by removing it from the caliper. It's a 13mm nut. As you can see, the whole line is spinning. You want to hold this part with a 15mm wrench and loosen your 13. You also want a bucket underneath this to catch your fluid. Here's a tech tip. If your bleeder screw has a rubber cover, you can remove it from the bleeder screw, install it on your line, and now your line won't leak. Our brake hose is mounted to our strut bracket with an 8mm bolt. Remove that. Our brake hose is mounted to a brake line that has an 11mm nut. You need to loosen that. Now you need to remove your C-clip. To remove your C-clip, you can just take a pair of pliers and pull off to the side. Now you can remove your hose by lifting up and out. And there's your brake hose. Now you can take your new brake line and install it into your brake bracket. Now install your clip. You can take a pair of pliers and slide your clip in. Now install your line. After your line is secure, install your brake line into your brake bracket. And tighten your bolt. You want to torque that to 89 inch-pounds. Now you want to remove your bleeder screw cap from your line, install it back onto your bleeder screw, and install your line into your caliper. Now tighten your line. Now you want to gravity bleed your caliper. You remove your bleeder screw cap, open up your bleeder screw, which is a 10mm. Now you're waiting for a steady stream of fluid with no bubbles. Once you have a steady stream of fluid, close your bleeder. And install your cap. Reinstall your wheel over the studs and install your 5 lug nuts. Now you want to tighten your 5 lug nuts up in a star pattern. You want to torque your lug nuts down to 100 foot-pounds in a star pattern. At this time, you want to check your brake pedal. If your pedal is not firm, you do a full brake bleed. Once you've located your master cylinder, you want to clean off the cap and around it so nothing gets in when you remove your cap. Remove your cap and remove all the fluid from the master cylinder with a fluid extractor. Now you want to fill your master cylinder with .4 fluid up to your max line. Now we reinstall our cap. Now we can start our manual brake bleed procedure. Starting with the right rear, then left rear, then right front, then left front. We're at the right rear wheel now. We're going to start there for our bleeding procedure. We're going to install our overflow bottle so we don't make a mess onto our bleeder. We're going to have a friend sit in the driver's seat, pump the brake up 3 times and hold it. Then we're going to open up our bleeder once that person's holding down the brake pedal. And what we're looking for here is straight fluid with no bubbles. Once his foot is on the floor, we're going to close the brake bleeder and repeat this process until we get straight fluid. Once he's holding, open up the bleeder again. Now you want to close your bleeder and move on to wheel number 2, which is your left rear, and repeat the process. We just finished bleeding our second wheel. Now we're going to come to our master cylinder and top off our fluid. Reinstall your cap. Once we topped off our master cylinder, we're going to go to our third wheel, which is the right front. Install our bleeder. Okay, pump it up. Once he's holding the brake pedal, open up our bleeder. Once his foot is to the floor, close your bleeder. Pump it up. Once he's holding down, open up the bleeder. Close our bleeder. We have straight fluids. Now we're off to the last wheel, and that's the left front. And repeat the process. We just finished our 4th and final wheel. We're going to top off our master cylinder. Now reinstall your cap. Once you topped off your master cylinder, you need to check your brake pedal to see if it is firm. If it is not firm, you need to redo your brake bleeding procedure. Reinstall your wheels, torque your wheel lug nuts at 100 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.